told to close up at the start. They're going to be racing this time round.
I seen the toughest around, and I know.
Righto, here we go. Heat 16 is all go. Tim Coxall and Daniel Padala on the front row. The driver that finished on the front row of the national title last year and a former state champion are 1 and 2. There's one car around, which is Josh Partridge. The race continues for the moment. Back in third spot is that of Josh Davies. The yellows are on. Oh, one car heavily into the fence. Up in turn number 3. That is Kane Munro. Headbutts the concrete wall, or did he go in back first? I would be suggesting back first, looking at that car. Josh Partridge is being sent to the rear of the field, and everyone here in the main straight will get to see this. Have a look at the back end of this car. It is really stowed in. There's no boot left on car number 3.
It looks like that Falcon's become a laser overnight.
It's not a laser, we've got a Volkswagen downstairs.
No, hang on, I bought my son a Volkswagen Golf. It's a little bit shorter than that.
For those at home, it's a ute with no back tray. It's got no back end at all for Kane Munro. We'll pick him up at the restart. We're up to heat number 16 of the WA Championship.
Actually, it looks like there's a bit of bodywork rubbing on some rubber there. But given the colour of that Falcon and the condition of the bodywork, it looks like a Sydney yellow cab. Well, I think I've actually seen some yellow cabs in Sydney in worse condition than that. That right rear is definitely rubbing. I don't think he'll be able to take too much part in this race. All the loading going in the anti-clockwise direction goes onto that right rear, and of course the bodywork comes down onto the tyre, wears it away, and then suddenly we get a burst tyre and spins it in front of about 3 or 4 other cars. 3 is out. It's official. And next time around, we will be going racing.
So here comes the restart for heat number 16. It's a complete restart. Set for dispatch. They come into the main drag here at Moora in front of this big crowd. Standby racing. And Tim Coxall gets the best of the start on this occasion from Daniel Padala. Josh Davies is there. Anthony Bear is tucked away in 4th place at the moment. Moves here clearly into that position now as Daniel Padala comes underneath it. Tim Coxall. Second into the main straight, Josh Davies, Anthony Bear. Anthony Bear underneath it, Josh Davies goes into 3rd place. Back into Shane Cooker and Sean Fitzgerald. Shane Cooker can't find his way onto the track at the moment. Finds it now, so move down the back straight. Sean Fitzgerald in trouble in the 67 car, and he's out of noise by the looks. He's on the back straight near the fence. Padala's the leader. Tim Coxall's run wide. Robs Josh Davies and Coxall. Josh Davies into 3rd, Coxall to 4th. But all of a sudden it's a race in 2. Anthony Bear out after Daniel Padala. Anyone that was at the Collie Speedway for last year's state title would have seen these two go hammer and tong for 30 laps, and that's what it's like at the moment. Padala and Anthony Bear going hammer and tongs, but it's the opposite way around. It's Padala in front of Anthony Bear on this occasion. There's another car in trouble, the 45 of Coulka. So move down the back straight. It's a race in two. Josh Davies leads the rest of them. Anthony Bear and Padala. This will go to the wire and they'll be like this right to the end. Padala's off the curb though, and Anthony Bear sneaks up the inside and takes the lead. What can Padala do? He's still on the outside as they exit turn two. It's Padala on the outside of Anthony Bear. You can only see one car at the moment, and that's the inside car of Anthony Bear. Padala's still on the outside. He backs off now, and Bear is the leader. Bear from Padala. Back then to Josh Davies in third place. Fourth place is Coxall. Back then to Shane Coulka as they go out of turn two. Anthony Bear just in front of the 51 car of Daniel Padala, and Sean Fitzgerald's up in the fence here in turn four. Gets off the fence now, he's in trouble. Anthony Bear and Padala putting on a great race out in front. Third place is Josh Davies. Fourth is Coxall. Shane Coulka is fifth. Back to our lead two cars. Padala giving great chase on Anthony Bear, the current champion. So they come out of turn four again. Padala right up behind Anthony Bear in the main drag. Back to Josh Davies, Coxall and Shane Coulka. They're in a race for third, fourth and fifth. Back to our lead two cars. Josh Partridge is blowing out smoke left, right and centre. And back to Sean Fitzgerald in seventh. It's Bear by a car length on Padala. Back to Davies, Coxall and Shane Coulka. Sean Fitzgerald ahead of the lead two cars. So they go down into turn one. Anthony Bear underneath of Sean Fitzgerald. Padala loses a couple of car lengths. 1.5 to go. Back to the great scrap for the miners. Davies, Coxall and Coulka goes into the side of Coxall. That's for fourth and fifth. 1 to go. Bear and Padala still out in front. Fitzgerald a lap down. Third is Davies. Coulka into fourth place and Coxall is fifth. But down the back straight the last time, the two times and defending state champion from Mount Gambier in South Australia, Anthony Bear is going to prevail and win by a couple of car lengths. Second is Daniel Padala. Josh Davies, a good set of laps, will finish third. Fourth is that of Shane Coulka. Tim Coxall back in fifth. The smoking and ailing Josh Partridge will be sixth, and Sean Fitzgerald will be the last car to complete the distance, with a couple that aren't going to find their way home in Mark Coulka and the three of Kane Munro. Here's our winner. Put your hands together for Anthony Bear, first home in Heat 16 of the West Australian Championship, and he'll be talking with Grant Woodhams in just a tick.
Yep, it's well and truly worth the price of admission to see Anthony Bear and Daniel Padala going head to head. Two of the quickest guys, certainly from my observation over the heats tonight. And Anthony, just let him get his communicators out and turn motors on and off. Drop the car down onto all four wheels. Great race. A real good duel with Daniel Padala.
I love racing with Daniel, mate. He's give us a very good run last year at Collie and very, very clean drive. You can see car looks brand new every time he brings it out. So if we can have a racetrack like we got tonight, tomorrow, we might be in a chance. I feel like a bit of an idiot after our first heat. We'd be looking pretty good otherwise.
Well, a lot of people probably still have got a lot of money on you, Anthony, and I imagine a few people back home are hoping you bring the trophy back to South Australia again.
Yeah, Mum and Emma at home, they're on the internet. Jason's doing which he does a good job as well. And like I said, if I wasn't such an idiot in Heat 1, we'd be looking pretty good. But now we've got some hard work tomorrow night. I've got a Berea draw, so all we can do is give it all our best, mate.
Well, I wish you all the best, Anthony. Always great speaking to you. Anthony Bear, one of the great ambassadors for street stock racing right across Australia, Jason.
Yes, he is. That Anthony Bear wins Heat 16. Heat 17, well, it's Scott.